Good day, class. My name is Pamela Foreman, and I am working on the video for our first discussion question in industrial design and technology over instructional goals. First off, I wanted to do a front-end analysis and figure out exactly what I wanted to do for this discussion board. So as far as a front-end analysis, you have to look at definition of goals. You have to have identification of learners and the context to know why you want to do what it is you're doing, and an examination of the tasks that have to be done with the goal that you're doing. So my first look is what is the problem? You need to define a problem. You need to define a need within a situation that you're doing. Also, where is the learning going to occur? So is the learning going to occur in a classroom setting? Is it going to occur on a job? Where is it going to happen at? Third is the target audience. Who am I doing this for? Is this going to be for students? Is it going to be for workers? You have to look at those things whenever you're thinking about your goal. And also, are there going to be any learning tasks that are going to happen with the goal? So and then the design and the instruction, what tasks are going to be able to identify and know that the students or whoever's learning is actually learning what they need to be learning. So for this assignment, I got to thinking I'm going to be working at a brand new job come the fall, where I'm going to be, instead of teaching at a college level, I'm going to be teaching at a high school level. So at this high school level, I am just given a class and I have to create lesson plans and such. I do that at the college level, but that's a little bit different in high school. So I got to thinking about what am I going to do for this one class that I'm teaching, and I thought this would be a great thing to go through with the whole class and figure out my instructional goals for this one class. So I picked a subject that I'm teaching in that class, which I'm an accounting instructor, a business instructor, so I'm going to be teaching business management class. So for my problem, I define the problem as students are going to be required to learn what revenues and expenses are, as well as gains and losses in their business management class. So that's what we're going to be dealing with for this assignment. So how will this happen? Okay, so I've defined the goal that this is what I want the students to learn. First off, the learning is going to occur in a classroom setting. It is going to be in my classroom, whether we go outside, stay inside, whatever we're going to do, it'll be in a classroom setting with students. That's the audience, is my high school students that I'm going to be teaching. So the learning task. So I want them to be able to define some terms, and want them to be see that there's an application to real life. I also want to incorporate worksheets, because the more you write and things down, the more you're going to remember them. Also, there's going to be some classwork that we do together to make sure everybody's on the same page. Group work as well. I think it's beneficial to hear ideas of other people and get their opinions as well. And then homework, to take it home, make sure that they're competent in it. My objective goals that I came up with. First off, students will define revenue and be able to give 2 to 3 examples of ways companies can earn their money. Also, this next one would be that students will define expense and be able to give at least 5 to 10 examples of expenses a company can have. Third, students will define gain and loss. So the whole point of this project and this whole point of this lesson is for students to understand what revenue is, understand the expenses a business has, and then understand how we determine whether or not they're earning money or not. Fourth, students will be able to perform a basic mathematical equation to know if a company has a gain or loss. Okay. Next, students will complete a worksheet individually in class. This worksheet will have students match definitions, categories, revenues, and expenses, and perform basic mathematical calculations to identify a gain or loss for the company. So this is what I want them to be able to do after we have discussed everything. I want them to be able to do this independently, and I would be walking around and discussing it with them. Students will then be divided into groups, so they'll be given a set amount for revenue and a list of expenses they have to pay. So students are going to work as a team to determine which expenses will be paid and defend their decisions. So not all expenses would have to be paid. They had to figure out, do they want to go ahead and have a loss? Do they want to just have a gain? They need to decide that and determine that through their group work. From this, they're going to understand the importance of business decisions and sometimes how difficult it is to make certain decisions in a business and decide what you want to do. Next, students will complete homework problems assigned from their textbook to show a competency level. They'll be able to take it home, see how well they do once they're at home, and then bring it back so I can see if there's anything else we need to cover in the lesson and see how well they're doing. And then students will also be quizzed the next class period to show their competency level. So my goal statement for this instructional goal: upon successful completion of this instruction, the student will be able to define revenue, expense, gain and loss, be able to categorize types of revenue and expenses, be able to perform a basic mathematical equation to identify a company's gain or loss, and be able to analyze the decisions made by business owners in their day-to-day activities. So that is what we plan on accomplishing through this goal. So that is what I am planning on doing for the class this term, is to be able to work through all the steps we're going to learn in order to create this goal and this instructional design with this assignment and with this class that I'm going to be teaching in the fall. Thank you so much. Have a great day.